I'm gonna start us off just asking you who you are and how you got involved in doing what you do.
Okay, so my name's Jessica Goodwill. I am the clinical supervisor at Nova Vital Recovery in Shreveport, IOP, and I got started in this because I'm in recovery myself.
So you're the clinical supervisor over in Shreveport. So on a day-to-day basis, you not only have your own group, but you're kind of working with other counselors.
Yeah. So my favorite part of it, though, is working with the clients. Not to jump ahead or anything, but the reason I picked this topic, shame, is because it is one of my favorite topics, ironically, for people enough to never believe me. But it's because whenever I see people, I just always want to make sure that they know that they are okay as they are. So I feel like a piece of that is knowing that shame that they carry or could potentially carry, and trying to help them absolve them of that.
Yeah, well, absolve is an interesting thing. I think for our I don't want to put words in your mouth or anything, but basically we've had to come from a place of shame to a place of esteem, and so our own journeys help us to help them. And I think our own pain in dealing with this subject makes us interested in the subject.
Yeah. As Dr. Wayne Dyer says, your purpose is often in your wounds. And I feel when we lean into that for a while, I tried to stay away from that because I thought, well, if I work in recovery, I'll see it every day. Maybe that will do something to me internally, but I find that leaning into it helps me a lot. We all have a different journey. So trying to figure out how not to judge yourself where you're at on that journey.
Right. Like, it's okay. You're where you're supposed to be.
Thanks, Jessica. You do great work at Shreveport, and thanks to our other IOP counselors. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on this week's topic. I'm Morgan Multhrom. I'm the curriculum director at Nova Vital. Now it's time to dive a little bit deeper with some workbook exercises that you can do in your own or we can use in group. So let's take a look at what's inside. Number 1, self-esteem is how we see our own value as parents, as children, as friends, and as members of society. It affects how we act, the choices we make, and how we feel about ourselves. And when we lose that sense of value, shame takes its place. So this page walks us through some common sources of shame: family criticism, trauma, rejection, body image, strict religion, sexuality and identity comparison, and regrets. Check those boxes. Understanding where shame comes from helps us stop seeing ourselves as broken and start seeing ourselves as human. Now that we know what shame is, let's face it. A step-by-step plan in this next section reminds us that shame can be addressed one gentle step at a time. Stop comparing and start connecting. Esteem grows in community, not in isolation. And remember, recovery isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you speak kindly to yourself, you're rewiring your brain for healing. The family roles and family rules is next. And we explore how the families we grew up with and we grew up in shaped our self-esteem. And maybe you heard rules like, don't talk about your feelings, or you must be perfect to be loved. Those messages often follow us into adulthood and then into our recovery. So we want to look at our family roles also. We want to see whether you were the golden child, the black sheep, probably, the mascot, the caregiver, the lost child. You can play more than one role. These roles might have helped us survive our upbringing, but in recovery, they can hold us back. Next page is Shame Game, which teaches us that shame is a learned pattern, not your true identity. Because it's learned, it can also be unlearned. And when shame whispers, I'm broken, we can learn to answer, I'm hurting, but I'm healing. Now, projects. Let's put it all into action. You can choose from several ways to express your growth this week: writing, reflection, the visual, creative, teaching, informative, where you guide the group on the 3 elements of self-compassion. That's, by the way, kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Or start a compliment circle where each person in the group shares a genuine strength they see in each other. Every time we practice kindness toward ourselves or others, we loosen shame's hold and we strengthen recovery. Remember, recovery isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. So, reflect on this week. When shame shows up, what can I say to myself that a true friend would say? Sometimes we treat ourselves worse than we would treat a good friend. Remember that, and you all have an awesome, shameless week at Nova Vital.